So the next stage that I'm going to be demonstrating is the water etching. It's also thought of as just a material that is water resistant, such as shellac, or you could use some wax resist, anything that is going to repel the water. I'm going to paint this material onto my form. On this tile, I painted the shellac here. After it was dry and the piece was pretty much bone dry, I used a sponge to wipe it away. When you do that technique, on top of the print, you also have the layer of the print being wiped away and the dimensional layers that evolve by wiping physical material of the clay away. So I'm using a pencil to just give myself some lines so I will know where I want the shellac to go and where I don't want it to go. Wherever you apply the shellac is going to be the surface that comes forward or is protected. Anything that does not have shellac on it is going to recede back and also lose any pattern or drawing that could be on it. When I paint the shellac on, you want a nice thick coat if you can. You don't want to let the drips go around. But if you don't get a thick enough coat around the edge, it's going to become tattered as you wipe because it's not going to have enough material to be strong and protect the clay underneath. So I often go back into a second coat right along the edge. I've also found that this method isn't great for doing something that's really detailed. It's hard to control the shellac and get that perfect detail. When you're painting over the underglaze, it's really the same as just painting over the clay with no other surface. I just want to point out that if you get the shellac in an area that you don't want it, for example, I want a curved line here and I got a drip over the edge, it's fine to just go and scrape the clay away, because as I wipe, that is just going to blend in with the rest of it and you're not even going to see those scratching lines right there. So I'm going to give this a chance to completely dry and then I'll begin the water etching. Now that this shellac is completely dried, I suggest giving it about an hour or two for it to really solidify, because it's very difficult when the edge starts to wear away. So get a bucket of water and a nice sponge and you will see how it is protected very quickly . Revealing the edge and the pattern. Sometimes if there's a little spot that I don't want there, just remove it with my fingernail or a knife. Be careful you don't crack your piece. You want to be careful about the thinness. If you have a really thin thrown piece, I'd be wary of removing a lot of material if you choose to do this water etching technique on it. It might be great for a shallow relief, but if your piece is really thin, you want to not make it so fragile. It can be slightly difficult to see the dimension and the relief happen because of the shellac surface. When this is bisqued, that is going to burn out. I want to point out that you should have proper ventilation for that material burning away in the kiln. After wiping for a little while, you can see that the dimension comes forward, and there's the top layer and the bottom layer. The layers that happen with the stamping being protected is just another bonus. So you can see that combination here, and you can see when this piece is glazed that the glaze can really accentuate that edge that is provided.